Hey y'all, today I'm going to be doing a basic sew-in. As you can see, I have 2 anchor braids in the front and the rest is braided straight back. Now in the back, I'm going to be sewing up the hair or the braids that were hanging. And my hair is the only hair that I really braid straight back when I'm doing a basic sew-in, simply because it's easier for me to braid it that way. Now I'm going to be using a Deluxe Weaving Net from the beauty supply store, and it costs about $2.49 or $2.99. You actually get enough to where you can do 2 sew-ins, so you can cut it in half and use it 2 times. I'm just going to begin in the back, sewing it down. Okay, when you see that it's excess, then you have to figure out how to get it to lay down. I like to put a little pleat or a fold in it just so that it's laying super flat. And I also like to hold the other side as I'm sewing in the opposite side, because I feel that this makes it be more secure and it's less prone to stretching or being, super bulky. So I'm just going to make sure that I sew this down as best as possible. I am sewing around my leave out because I will be cutting that part off later. You're pretty much just sewing the net everywhere you're going to sew. So make sure that it's covering everything you think you're going to be sewing down. I'm now cutting the net off. And please be sure to be extra careful when you're cutting around the leave out part, because you don't want to cut off your leave out braid. Then you will have nothing to leave out, okay? So I'm just going to cut all around. Please be sure to be super careful when you're cutting the net, because it is easy to cut the thread. If you do that, you may have to start all the way over sewing the net down. So now I have my Hergivenhair kinky blowout texture, and I am taking the needle through that weft, and I'm also going to take that underneath my braid and the net to begin. Then I will take the end and put my needle through where the end of the thread is knotted. That will make it more secure, and it'll be harder for the needle to come through, or the thread to come all the way through. You know how sometimes you may not knot your thread or something like that, or you may knot it and it's a really small knot, and you pull it and then it comes all the way through and it's not secure at all? Yeah, that is what that prevented. So I'm just going to sew this track across, and then I will flip it over. I do use the flip over method throughout my whole head until I get to the top, to where I have to cut the track, because I don't like to cut my weft. It's harder to sew in the next time. So I'm just going to be doing a basic sew-in, sewing straight across. Now in the front, I did leave the top piece behind. As you can see, that top weft I left behind, and I continued to sew the bottom piece. This is because I will be folding it over. When I fold over that bottom piece, I'm going to continue to sew, and once I reach the top piece again, I will pick up the top piece where I left off, and the top piece is now the bottom piece, as you can see. So pick it up where you left off and continue to sew. Please don't just sew one weft behind, because your sewing will be really messed up. Like, it's no fixing that. You're gonna have to take it all the way down. So fold it over, continue to sew, and then once you get to where you left off that second weft, pick it up and continue to sew. I like to do this for the front because it makes your sewing super flat And you don't have to cut your wefts. It's harder to fold over 2 wefts or 2 tracks. And I did get this method from Tiara J Beauty. She's awesome. When I saw her do this in the video, I took it and ran with it. So this is what I do now. Now I'm at the top, and I'm just going to continue to do the basic techniques that I just told you about. Going to continue to sew it down, fold it over. And also, when I did run out of that last weft, I did begin with just using one. I did not double my wefts. In the beginning, in the back, my wefts were doubled. When I ran out of that bundle and I began the new bundle towards the top, I started with just one piece because it was easier to work with and I didn't want to run out. So now I'm on my last weft, and I'm taking the needle through the beginning of the weft for security, of course. Taking the needle through that knot, as I stated earlier, for more security. And I will continue to sew this weft down, making sure that it is as close to my leave out as possible because I don't like any space. Space is harder to disguise. So as far as this hair, I really love this hair. I have been getting so many compliments on this hair. Everybody has been telling me that it blends in perfectly with my natural hair, and you all will see how well it blends in my next video. If you were wanting to know how I got that style from the clip in the beginning, please stay tuned. That style will be in my next video. I only had time to just show you a basic install. So don't get mad if it cuts off and y'all don't see the end result. Just stay tuned because next week the next one will be up on how I styled this hair. But just know that I love it. And if you are interested in the hair, please check out the description box. The link will be below. Check it out. This is my favorite, like from all of the hair that I've gotten from Hergivenhair. I love this hair the best because I don't know, maybe it's just a little bit more versatile. You can straighten it if you want to. You can curl it if you want to. I love this hair. So as you saw, I did cut the end of the track and I cut off the rest of that thread, and I'm double knotting it. So that is the final look. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Of course, stay tuned for how I got this style, and check out the links in the description box. Thanks. Bye, y'all.